And we're live. Awesome. Excellent. And thank you so much for joining me here this evening. I hope you're doing very well. My name is Stevie, in case you don't know who I am, and I'm zooming to you from the Gold Coast, Australia. And what I'm going to be presenting to you this evening is something extremely significant that I believe you've highly likely never seen or heard of anything like this before. It's so significant that once you do see this for yourself, you're going to understand why I say you're going to want everybody who is significant to you in your life to know about this as well. Throughout my presentation, which should only go for about 15, 20 minutes or less, throughout that, if you think of anything, if you have any comments or if you have any questions, please pop them in the chat box. I might not be able to see them, through me sharing the slides that I have to show you, but I will be able to see them at the end, and then I'll be able to respond to anything you'd like me to respond to. So if you think of a question or if you think of a comment, pop it in the chat box. And then if you wish, we can discuss it at the end. And if you'd really rather just talk to me instead of texting, then you can raise your hand. There's a raise hand button on the Zoom there, and I'll be able to see that in the attendees list, and then I can turn on your mic and you can just talk to me if you want to. All right, let's jump straight into this. What I will be sharing with you this evening is the most truly significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime. A category creating breakthrough, groundbreaking breakthrough. Doctors are saying that it is bigger than the discovery of DNA or penicillin. An exciting and entirely new frontier in science. Unlike anything you've seen before, that for 2 decades, science had declared was impossible. A breakthrough with enormous potential, validated by renowned universities and world-leading laboratories. A very advanced breakthrough, 15 years ahead of its time, and drug companies wanted it shut down. Now, before I tell you what this is, let me be clear about what this is not, what we're not talking about this evening. We're not talking about a drug, thank goodness. We're not talking about vitamins, minerals, or antioxidant formulas. We're not talking about secret herbs, spices, exotic berries, fancy juicy super shakes, essential oils, magic magnets, alkaline waters, electrolyte waters, laser lights, rich magical 5,000-year-old tree lotions, potions, gadgets, or essential oils, or any of the other really great stuff out there. The list goes on and on and on. What I want to be clear with you about right up front is that I'm going to show you something that goes beyond the nutrition world. In fact, it goes beyond mere ingredients. It goes beyond even being natural. What I'm going to share with you this evening is something that is native to your body, that is a groundbreaking, category-creating breakthrough that is changing the landscape of healthcare history as we've known it up until now. ASEA Redox cell signaling technology contains active redox signaling molecules. What are those? Well, they are the exact same cellular messages that are already made natively within your body that affect gene expression in a positive way, helping to detect and protect your healthy cells, helping to detect and repair your unhealthy cells, helping to detect and replace your damaged cells, activate your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, and infection, and keep your cells functioning the way they should at healthy, optimal levels. Why is this important? We are all made of cells from head to toe, inside out. Every single part of you is a cell. And therefore we live and die at the cellular level, because healthy cells, healthy life. Now, unfortunately, with age, diet, stress, toxins, and all sorts of other assaults in our environment, our cells break down, and our body's ability to make and use redox signaling molecules to keep optimal cellular health declines daily. And as such, our cells break down even more. And of course, then what follows is a breakdown in our health, wellness, youth, and vitality. Now, ASEA takes science very seriously and is highly committed to ongoing research, not within their own company, but with renowned universities and world-leading laboratories. They take the product and they put it in the hands of some of these very reputable global scientific organizations, and they say, here, you test it. Wherever the chips fall, they fall. You tell the world what this can do. ASEA is extremely interested in proving the potential and redox signaling supplementation, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the redox products, and having them certified as being safe and effective in every body. ASEA redox users, they enjoy cell signaling benefits, which translates to health at its most foundational level. Now, ASEA Redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways and affect genes that improve your immune system health, that help maintain a healthy inflammatory response, that help maintain your cardiovascular health and support your arterial elasticity, that improve gut health and digestive enzyme production, and that modulates your hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. And the list goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on. But to keep things short, ASEA has also been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%, which is in turn most likely connected to why we also see in these scientific studies in these universities that there is a lower oxidative stress in the body from taking redox signaling molecules. Why is that important? Oxidative stress is the precursor, is the kickoff, is the catalyst for just about every degenerative condition out there. And again, these tests have also proven ASEA to be 100% safe with 0% toxicity because they go beyond, as I said at the start, even being natural, better than natural, deeper than natural, more effective than natural. Redox signaling molecules are native to your body. Your body already makes them. Your body just can't make enough of them anymore like it did when it was young. So any health challenge and or goal. So whether it be you with a health challenge or whether it be a loved one that you want to look after as a health challenge, whether it be someone who wants to regain their lost youth inside and out, whether it be someone who doesn't want to become old and unwell, whether it be someone who wants to be able to be better in their sport or a better athlete or better in the gym or whatever their chosen physical activity is. Any health challenge, any health goal, you can think of redox users and their doctors are seeing just remarkable results. And so on that note, what I'd like to do is take a quick moment to share what some doctors are saying about redox signaling science and this tremendous breakthrough right now.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. What can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy, we can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it. People need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants. And the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need, These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. And you can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries. But now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies. And this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
So now that we have and have heard of doctors now speaking of cellular health from the inside out, now let's show you what's possible from the outside in. We're able to do that with our topical versions of the redox signaling technology, Renew 28, Revitalizing Redox Gel, and our Renew Advanced Intensive Redox Serum. Now, these two topical versions of redox signaling molecule technology are complemented by their all-natural and all-botanical products, our cleanser, and also our ultra replenishing moisturizer. Clinically tested, again, all the studies are done third party and very reputable scientific organizations, universities, and leading laboratories. Very safe for all skin types. And 100% of the participants using this complete regime that you see on the screen right now, 100% of the participants had visible benefits after only 30 minutes of use. But seeing really is believing. So let me show you what is happening to people from the outside in. We're talking about more than anti-aging effects. We're talking about age-reversing effects. We're talking about lines and wrinkles being lined out. We see elasticity coming back to the skin, inflammations, irritations, aggravations, other signs of poor health to the skin being brought back to the body's blueprint. Even the aftermath of some of these unfortunate conditions being brought back to the proper surface of the skin. This is Rosie, and the moral of this story is take records, take pictures, write down everything that you can think of that you want to see fixed, changed, or improved, inside and out, from head to toe. Make sure you're keeping the score. Make sure you've got good photographic evidence, because Rosie believed that the products were not working. These are photos from her doctor, who luckily took photos before she started using the products, and then later on when she came back saying this stuff doesn't work. But she is literally a completely different woman. She noticed results after just 7 weeks. Other people take a little bit longer sometimes to notice their results. What we do know as a scientific fact is that redox signaling molecules work in every single person every single time. But what does differ from person to person is the time that it takes them to notice. And that's due to a lot of factors. But we do know that if you use the molecules properly and consistently, in due time, according to your body, you will see the results. Now, this is Dr. Marty Moran, and he decided very bravely to do a scientific experiment on his very own face. And he thought that he would use Renew 28 on only half of his face and see if he and others could see the difference. So can you spot the difference as you look at this picture? Let me give you some, maybe you can put in the chat box what side you believe he did use the Renew 28 on versus which side he did not. Let me give you some clues. Look at the corners of the mouth. Lines coming down either side. Is there a bit of a difference? Look at lines coming down either side of the nose. Look at the lines and maybe even some of the puffiness or bagginess around the cheeks, one side versus the other. Here's a big one. Look at where perhaps the glasses are slanting towards one side of the face, maybe suggesting that there's some more sagginess or drop on that side. So if you said that he used it on the left side or his right side, you'd be correct. And I also confirmed this with Dr. Money Moran to make sure that I was correct when I said this. But the side of the bed that his wife preferred to sleep on was the right side, because she digged the younger dude on the other side there. But we thank Dr. Money Moran for walking around like a weirdo like that, just to prove how good this stuff is. It's not just for your face, though. You could use the Renew 28 on virtually any part of your body from the outside and see results. Now, this is a clinical trial that was done by Dermatest, a very large international dermatological institute out of Europe, and they wanted to test the effects of Renew 28 on the appearance of cellulite, because there were a lot of testimonies and photos coming in of how cellulite was disappearing when people were using Renew 28. And so this organization decided to do a study, and what they found was that it was reducing the appearance of cellulite. But what was very, very interesting was when they did ultrasounds to find out what was going on in the inside, the subcutaneous fat that was causing the cellulite was actually being dissolved. So very, very interesting study. Now, it's not just for the skin. We have people who have, problems on the inside as well who use the Renew 28. In fact, there's an interesting experiment that you can do if you are around someone right now, or when you get back with the person who introduced you. You can do a 3 and 5 experiment. If you have some discomfort on your body, get them to put the Renew 28 gel on you 3 times inside of 5 minutes, and you will be able to notice a result inside of around 10 or 15 minutes. I did this with someone yesterday, and he was noticing a result within a minute, but wanted to wait until the end of my experiment, 5-10 minutes before he mentioned anything. Now, this is my good friend Sepp. He had a little dot on the outside that ended up being a big problem on the inside. Had to have it removed, but it was the type of condition that had gone a little bit too far. And in this type of situation, the doctor didn't believe that Sepp would require a second visit because he didn't believe Sepp would be around, quite frankly. And Sepp was very diligent, using the Redox Signaling molecules inside and out. And Sepp made it to the second visit, which shocked the doctor. Made it to the third, made it to the fourth, made it to quite a few others. And now he doesn't have this concern anymore upon his health or upon his life. Sepp is in good nick, and I'm happy to report that because he's a really good dude. Now, it is a historical truth that with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. And ASEA, it is based in Nobel Prize winning research. In fact, if you went along to pubmed.gov, which stands for Public Medical Government, pubmed.gov, which is where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published, and you typed in redox signaling, you would see that there are over 30,000 results. In fact, this is an outdated slide. It's a very difficult slide for me to keep updated because there are more than 150 studies coming out almost every single month. There have been over 1,500 medical textbooks that have been written on redox signaling molecules. And ASEA is the world's first and only redox signaling supplement for 2 very simple reasons. Number one, everyone before ASEA believed it was impossible to create and stabilize redox signaling molecules outside of the body, so nobody has done it. And also, ASEA is heavily patented. And this is one of the very first very exciting boxes that we tick in regards to making this a very strategically advantaged opportunity. ASEA is heavily patented, which means we have no copycats. That means we have no competition. So not only does nobody else in the world have what we have, but nobody will. And ASEA holds massive opportunities across all health science sectors. Redox signaling molecules scientifically proven to work on everybody, and according to medical experts, everybody needs them, whether it be for healthcare wellness, whether it be for sports science, athletic performance, whether it be for beauty, skincare, aging, longevity. Everybody needs redox signaling molecules. They are the most fundamental and important thing to take care of in your health first, because they are what activates, runs, and governs everything else working in your body. So there's no point building the second step to a building until you've built the first. And redox signaling molecules is what holds it all together. Now, our mission here at ASEA is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. We can't do that all on our own. And so we look for people to help share the word, spread the word about ASEA. And ASEA gives you an opportunity to earn commissions just by sharing Redox with others. You receive a residual income not only from the ongoing purchases made by everyone you refer to ASEA, but also an ongoing payout, an ongoing commission, a residual commission from the ongoing purchases made by every single person that they and others also refer. So just like when you recommend a good movie, TV series, restaurant, cafe, book, or whatever, people tell people who tell more people who tell even more people. And with social media, it can go far and wide around the world. And we are worldwide. There are no limits. We are borderless. ASEA is currently officially open in 35 markets, 35 countries. But they open new markets almost every single year. And based on the existing trends, the annual turnover is projected to exceed $500 million over the next 5 years. Some are saying that this is conservative of the company and that growth could reach $1 billion, not only, surely, but, in not too distant future. Now, what does that mean for people today? Well, for those today, perhaps more than ever, unfortunately, who may be looking for a supplementary income, or even worse still, maybe requiring a replacement income altogether. For those that are looking for an extra or a part-time or a full-time or gosh, I just want more time, or a big time, or maybe even a legacy leaving income for loved ones. For business-minded people, for sharp people, switched on people, people who can recognize a good thing when it's coming their way, who want to be able to grab the coattails of people that are going places. This is an opportunity to be paid a residual commission from the growth of this global expansion. There's nothing better. This is going to sound corny, but it's absolutely true. There is nothing better than making a living from bettering people's lives. You also get to join forces with others who are also being a force for good in the world, and can even be rewarded with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations around the world, and have a really great time with tremendous people, create great memories, make great friends. But again, what's great about these trips is who you've had to become and what you've had to do to get there. And that is simply, you've bettered people's lives. You've been a force for good in the world. And then you become a part of a family who's all doing the same. Now, I want to wrap up with this. The redox signaling molecules in ASEA are so impactful on the human condition that pharmaceutical companies offer to pay millions of dollars for the sole rights to the technology. However, they wanted ASEA to shut down and take everyone off redox. Thankfully, the founders of ASEA, Virtus Norden and son Tyler Norden, said no to the payout because they felt a real sense of responsibility to say yes to the people already experiencing what they deemed and what had proven to be greatly life-changing power from these redox signaling molecules. And as demonstrated in this very first and important decision, and in every other since, ASEA always puts people and principles before ego and economics. And so you are in good hands. Hey, look, get back with the person who shared this presentation or this recording, if they're sharing the recording with you. Don't worry about what the time is. They'll be glad to hear from you. Let them know what you've seen here and what you like best about it. If you have any questions, ask them, because they can point you to where you can find the answers. There's plenty of university studies and real people's life-changing experiences for you to see. ASEA is the real deal. Now, we want to help you. We'll do whatever it takes to help you. We strive to help everybody believe, belong, and become more. Because the bottom line is, it's what you become that determines your income in life. And I hope you'll become a part, at the very least, of this Redox experience, so that you can, at the very least, live healthier, younger, stronger, longer. But I hope you'll help loved ones do the same. And I hope they will too. I hope you'll be able to invite many, many others to have their lives bettered, changed, and given back to them through this Redox technology. As you better the lives of others, here's the best part: your life will become better. And from becoming more and more of a force for good in the world, it gets better still, because then your life will be filled with more good. So I want to thank you very much for tuning in and joining me this evening. May you always be happy. May you always be well. And I must make very clear, ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any disease.